Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Red Pill Economy. This is Mike. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome. In this channel, I help people stay aware and get prepared for the incoming economic collapse of the United States of America. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I would really appreciate if you do so. I have a lot of informative videos on what's going on in America as far as the economy and just, things that really affect us. In today's video, I want to talk about the societal collapse that's happening in America right now. As you all know, America is heading on a downward spiral. People are angry. Inflation is off the roof. There's division everywhere. Violence and crime is just everywhere you turn, you see. The infrastructure is bad. It's just absolute terrible. So I want to talk about a few of the reasons why the society in America is collapsing, okay? The first thing is depression and mental illness is rising, okay? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but people just seem more depressed, more angry. They have mental health issues, and it's rising. It's rising rapidly too, especially among younger people, teenagers and young adults. And I believe the main cause for this is social media. Social media such as Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever have you. Social media addiction, that's what I should really say. Social media addiction is really causing this. People are comparing themselves to other people, and people are just trying to portray this perfect life on Instagram and all these social media apps, when the life isn't really that perfect. And you got, impressionable people that follow these influencers and whatnot. They believe that, their life should be just like this so-called influencer. And, these people are mad that, their life isn't perfect. In reality, no one's life is perfect. No one has it together. Even these so-called big-time influencers, they don't have it together either. They got a whole lot of things going on that, you probably don't know about, and they probably will never speak about. And, and I believe social media is causing a huge mental health crisis, and people are getting depressed because they're comparing themselves to these so-called influencers. They're getting a lot of likes, a lot of followers, and, these people, they just, they're just mad that, they're just depressed that they're not getting as much likes and not a lot of followers, such as these influencers that they follow. And it's causing them to be depressed and thinking that they don't measure up. And it's really taking a hold on people. Social media addiction is really taking a hold on people here in America. And it's sad. It's sad what's going on. And, I hope something's done about it. I hope we can overcome this. But honestly, I don't think things are going to get any better. I think things are going to get much worse before they get even better. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is mass shootings. Mass shootings are, it's crazy here in America. It was never like this when I was younger. The first mass shooting that I recall when I was younger was the, I think it was Columbine. Yeah, the Columbine shooting. And that was a long time ago, back in the 90s. And we never really heard of a mass shooting like that. I never heard of a mass shooting that even before that. That was a very big first largest mass shooting that I ever heard of. And, we didn't really have much after that. Now, it's every single week we're having mass shootings, which is crazy. And just this past weekend, over 28 people got shot and 2 people died at a neighborhood block party in Baltimore, Maryland. And, these mass shootings it's just crazy. It's just crazy what's going on. And it's sad that, our kids have to have active shooter drills in the schools now so they can prepare for a potential mass shooter that might enter the school. I know that it's needed, but it's sad. It's really sad that our kids have to go through that. And it's and mass shootings, I link that back to the depression and mental illness. That's that's another cause of this mass shooting phenomenon America's going through. Next thing I want to talk about is anger. People everywhere is just angry. No matter where you turn, you see road rage, people disrespecting each other, people fighting each other, people cursing each other out. I mean, no one has any respect for each other anymore, and it sucks to see that. And the amount of anger I see everywhere here in America, it's outstanding. And no one's kind to each other no more. No one likes each other. No one respects each other, and it just sucks what's going on. And you just got to be prepared, and you gotta have eyes on the back of your head. You have to have situational awareness and watch what's going on around you, because you don't know who will try something and who will try to hurt you because they're angry and they're pissed at the world. And you always have to, watch your back at all times. Watch your six at all times, because people just suck. Another reason why society is collapsing is homelessness. Homelessness is everywhere you turn. I hear California, Oregon, and pretty much the whole West Coast has a serious homelessness problem. I heard it's out of control there. I've never been to the West Coast, but from what I'm seeing on the news and different documentaries on YouTube, the homelessness crisis on the West Coast is just out of control. And even where I live, we do have a large homeless population, but it's under control to me. I don't think it's nearly as bad as like Oregon and Seattle and California and all these places. We have it under control, but the homelessness crisis is just crazy. A lot of people, they don't have places to live. They don't have places to go because the cost of living in these areas that they live is just out of control. So they're forced out onto the street, or these homeless people, they're hooked on drugs, alcohol, substance abuse, and they don't want to get help. And so they just decide to stick to homelessness, become homeless, and just live on the streets, live out their lives on the street. And it's a sad way to live. And, that's also attributed to mental illness. And it's just terrible what's going on. I mean, the homelessness crisis where I live, I don't live too far from Washington, D.C., and I see homeless people everywhere, and they're homeless veterans. That's the sad part. And I really believe our veterans should be taken care of. Okay, our veterans should be prioritized and taken care of. We shouldn't have one homeless veteran on the street. I mean, these people have fought for our country. They have done things to protect our freedom, and it's just sad to see, the vets just, they go to fight on these wars and they're just thrown out into the streets. I have a lot of family members that served in the military, and I do respect everything they've done to protect me, protect America, and just protect our freedom. And I don't like to see homeless veterans. That kind of makes me sick to my stomach. Next thing I want to talk to you guys about why society is collapsing is climate change. Climate change is real, okay? The winters are getting warmer. We got the polar caps, ice polar caps, they are disintegrating, and it just sucks. I mean, I know you guys heard about these wildfires that are happening in Canada. That's due to Canada. They're having a long drought. They haven't gotten rain in a long time. So these wildfires are sparking up in Canada, and they're just the smoke is just blowing into America. And that smoke was crazy last week. I mean, last week was crazy, and we had Canada had another wildfire, and the smoke blew over here onto the East Coast, and I mean, you could barely see outside. I mean, the haze and the smoke, limited visibility, and just inhaling the smoke was just terrible. And I hope we don't have to go through any more wildfires again, any wildfires in Canada again. But it just seems to me that this is not going to end. We're going to have more wildfires this summer due to climate change and due to Canada not getting too much rain. Next thing I want to talk to you about terrible infrastructure. The infrastructure in America is collapsing. Like it or not, we have sinkholes, potholes, we have buildings collapsing. I remember it was either last year or the year before, an apartment building in Miami fell down, and that's due to terrible infrastructure. Another bridge collapsed, and maybe 2 weeks ago, a bridge collapsed due to a fire, a tanker catching on fire in Philadelphia, and a bridge just totally collapsed. The infrastructure in America is enough. I mean, our government isn't doing too much to fix it. We need a complete overhaul, and compared to a lot of countries I've been to, our infrastructure is pretty bad compared to a lot of countries. And America is supposed to be a first world country, and our infrastructure is damn near an embarrassment. Okay, it needs to be fixed. Our infrastructure needs to be worked on, and that's another reason why our society is collapsing. Another terrible thing that's happening is major department stores, they're closing down. Walmart, Target, I heard a couple of Nordstrom's locations, wherever have you. A lot of these major department stores are closing down due to shoplifting, people stealing, okay? These companies, these stores, they're in the business to make money, okay? When they have people stealing, all these items every day, each day of the year, they end up losing, sorry, thought I heard something. They end up losing hundreds of millions of dollars, and, it's a loss for them. They're not profiting. So these stores have to close down due to people shoplifting. They're not paying for things anymore. They're just walking out with stores. I heard in a couple states and counties that if you walk out with less than $999 worth of items, you won't get charged. I mean, that's just ridiculous, So that's just encouraging more people to shoplift and more people to, just not pay for the items. And that's why these stores are closing down. They can't continue to lose money like this. They're in business to make money, not to lose money. And it just sucks to see a lot of these places closing down, a lot of malls closing down, a lot of my favorite stores closing down. But when people don't care anymore, people are just not taking accountability and just feel like they can just steal, and that's the way of life. A lot of these places are going to close down, and I'm going to tell you right now, more stores are going to close down, so get ready for that. Last but not least, cost of living is getting much more expensive. The cost of living here in America is outrageous. The average rent is about $2,000 a month. The average home is about $420,000 a month. A lot of people just are having trouble keeping food on the table because they got to pay their rent, their bills, and other expenses or whatever have you. And a lot of people can't qualify for homes because they're not making enough money to qualify for homes. It's not like our grandparents' generation when they could buy 2 or 3 homes easily, and each home costs $30,000 to $50,000. Those days are long gone. I mean, those days are long gone. Average home was $420,000. A lot of people aren't able to save. A lot of people, especially a lot of college graduates, they got to live at home longer. They got to stay at home longer because their job is not paying enough money to afford rent. So they got to stay at home longer, and, they're not able to go out on their own. They're delaying starting families, getting married, and, I just feel bad for them. So that's it for today's video, guys. It's July 4th. Happy Independence Day. Please enjoy this day. Enjoy the independence of America. Have fun, be safe. That's all I have for you today. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Take care.